Patricia from the Southwest Yankee. What some middle-aged woman will do. Useful and helpful, yet gross. Light moment. He keeps in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on him, because he trusts in him. Isaiah 26:3. So, northeast, southwest. Yay. What is useful, helpful, and gross at the same time? So we would talk about activities and to what extent perspiration happens. It's my favorite go-to. So, I love talking about it. And because I'm a swimming snob. But anywho, and dark chocolate covered espresso beans. And the third topic, how people take care of their curls and their hair, but I'm going to cover curly hair because I talked to a lady recently. And she talked about sparkles, and you can see a little bit of sparkles in my hair, and we'll get to that too with that. Those are side notes because they freak you out, but I don't think they're gross. Because we want to stay on topic. So, the perspiration thing. So the side note, you know how I love talking about swimming and throwing the runners under the bus, because swimming is better because you're holding your breath when you're swimming, unless you have your head out of the water the whole time, which is virtually impossible when you're doing the butterfly or the crawl. And a few other strokes. This is not possible. So what happens is, because it's 115 in the summer, in the Southwest, but in the winter you have like 10, 20, 30, and below, in the north. So you have to layer. So it's cold outside up there, but you're layered. So you're doing your activity, which, another shout out to activities. I love cross-country skiing. So, you're dressed. So you're doing your activity. You're perspirating. So the big difference with perspirating in the northeast is, or up north, because it's cold up there, is, you're layered up. So you're staying warm out in the cold. But then you activity, so perspiration happens. But then you walk into warm. It's not like that. The perspiration is different when it's 150. Because when I first moved here, a woman informed me at one of my jobs that she didn't grow up with air conditioning. So I can't even wrap my mind around that too. But what happened was, you go from 115 and you're perspirating, but then you walk into stores, houses, anything, it's like freezing. So there's no warmth. So whose perspirating worse, in the northeast or the southwest? That'll be a topic for another time, because that's really gross. Let's move on to the next gross thing. You would think dark chocolate covered espresso beans, which I love, and I'm positive I was eating those in the northeast before I moved to the southwest, because I can go to my favorite health store and get a bag like this big for like $5, where there's a chain of coffee store where you can get for $5 this bag. So obviously we know the best deal. But what comes with that is, woo, I got more. But the limit, personally for myself, I think it should be less than 5. But I treat myself and have 5 because they're little, but they're still potent. Okay. So I found out if I go up to 5 and I don't only have like 2 or 3, I'll get a stomachache. So that's the gross part, because you're enjoying them. La la la. Dark chocolate. Ooh, espresso. Yee. Oh, I got a stomachache. So that's the downside. Now we'll move on to the sparkles in the hair. No, it was that's the side note. Is the lady I talked to recently. Beautiful curly hair. And I have very long hair, so it's kind of hard, but still, I have curly hair. So I was like, tell me your secret. Guess what the secret is? She doesn't wash her hair. She only conditions it. Then it gets better. After like 4 months, she super conditions it with this deep conditioning stuff she gets. So I'm like, First of all, I think I should research more, because this sounds kind of gross to me. Like, I know that unless it's like natural, the shampoo we're using is really not good for our hair. So I can see her point, but how far do I want to travel on this gross train? Like, to me, it just, I don't know. I'm going to research it more. You know, do I really want really big curls? Anywho, so then she proceeds to tell me about when she puts the sparkly stuff in her hair. And all it made me think of is, thanks for that cool side note, because it helps me talk about my side note. So my side note is, I was doing one of the YouTube installments about, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and I noticed these like little sparklies. And my first thought was, wow, the light hits it cool. And I'm like, no, that's not the light hitting it cool. Seriously need to like color like my whole head all the time or something, because unless I can just, you know, think it's cool, but when I want to put sparkles in my hair, do we want to go there? So, anywho, remember to subscribe, and we'll talk more about that later. Bye.